The sun falcon. Egypt's sun god didn't gently rise each morning. Ra tore across the sky as a falcon. Peregrine specifically. You know, the bird that dive bombs at 240 miles per hour? That one. Here's the thing though, Ra wasn't just falcon-headed in art, he became the falcon during his daily journey. Soaring from dawn to dusk, hunting the serpent Apophis every single night in the underworld. Every single night. And when Ra merged with other gods, the animal shifted. Ra Harakti, still falcon, but Ra Atum at sunset became a ram, because rams symbolized fertile power at life's end. The Egyptians weren't being poetic. When they said Ra's eye was the sun burning across the sky, they meant a predator's eye. Unblinking, scanning, seeing everything below. You weren't basking in sunlight, you were being hunted by it. But at least Ra had a form you could recognize. The next god? Nobody knows what the hell it even was. Set, the chaos beast. Nobody knows what animal Set actually was. And that's the point! Set's animal form? Scholars call it the Set animal. Long snout, square ears, forked tail. Doesn't match anything in nature, not jackal, not aardvark, not any living creature. Because Set wasn't nature. He was everything nature rejected. Chaos, storms, the desert that kills, the foreigner, the outsider, violence without purpose. His animal form couldn't be categorized because chaos can't be tamed by taxonomy. You can't point at Set and say, that's just a dangerous dog, because then he becomes manageable, understandable. Set had to be unknowable. The Egyptians got it. When you create a god of chaos, you don't give him a form people recognize, you give him something that makes your brain itch, something wrong. And that wrongness, that was his weapon. Speaking of wrong, the next god was born from a rock and somehow became unstoppable. Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. Sun Wukong wasn't born divine, he was born from a stone, on a mountain, as a monkey, and decided that wasn't good enough, so he learned immortality 7 times over. Then learned 72 transformations, meaning he could become any animal. Bird, fish, insect, god, doesn't matter. But here's what makes him different from every other shapeshifter. He stayed monkey. Even after achieving immortality. Even after defeating heaven's armies. Even after becoming Buddha's equal, he kept the monkey form. The tail, the fur, the attitude. Why? Because Sun Wukong understood something the other gods didn't. Power doesn't come from hiding your nature, it comes from weaponizing it. Monkeys are chaos, unpredictable, disrespectful, clever as hell. And Wukong? He made chaos divine. But chaos is loud, messy. The next god, silent, patient, and when it strikes, you're already dead. Byakko, the white tiger. China's west, autumn, death, metal, war. All of it guarded by a white tiger. Byakko wasn't some mascot. In Chinese cosmology, he's one of the 4 symbols, 4 divine beasts protecting the cardinal directions. And the west? The west got the killer. White tigers don't exist in nature much. They're genetic anomalies, rare, ghostly, wrong in a way that makes you stare. That's why Byakko worked. Death shouldn't be common, shouldn't be brown and normal and expected. Death should be white, striking, impossible to ignore. And tigers? Tigers hunt alone, ambush predators. They don't announce themselves. You don't see Byakko coming. In Japanese temples, Byakko appears on the western gate, always. Because if you're entering from the west, you're entering through death's door. And death? Death has teeth. Tigers kill on the ground, but what hunts from the sky? What rips heads off mid-flight? Camazotz, the death bat. Mayan underworld, Xibalba. House of Bats, specifically, and running that house, Camazotz, the death bat god who decapitated a hero. Not fought him, not defeated him, decapitated. One of the hero twins in the Popol Vuh stuck his head out of a blowgun tube, just for a second, just to check if dawn had come. Camazotz ripped it clean off. And here's the thing about bats as death gods. They make sense. Bats emerge at dusk, that in-between time, not day, not night, liminal. They live in caves, underground, like the dead. They navigate in darkness. They drink blood in some species. And their flight? Silent. You don't hear death coming. Camazotz wasn't a metaphor. In the Mayan worldview, death literally had wings. And when it flew, you were already gone. Death with wings is terrifying. But what about a god whose beak was literally a pen, who wrote reality itself? Thoth, the ibis of knowledge. Egypt again, but this time, the god of writing. Thoth, ibis-headed, sometimes baboon, and here's why that's genius. Ibises have curved beaks, long, precise. They use them to probe, to extract, to find hidden things in mud and water. That's what writing does. It extracts thought from chaos, makes the invisible visible. And baboons? Baboons were believed to greet the sun every dawn, chattering, making noise, announcing, like scribes reading proclamations, like priests chanting, like knowledge being spoken into existence. Thoth didn't just record history, he created it by writing it down. And the ibis beak? That was his pen. The Egyptians watched ibises pull worms from invisible burrows and thought, that's what knowledge does, pulls truth from hidden places. And they were right. Knowledge extracts truth. But the next god? He extracted guts with his bare claws. Narasimha, the man-lion. Vishnu's fourth avatar, and the most violent. A demon named Hiranyakashipu had blessings that made him invincible. Couldn't be killed by man or beast, not inside or outside, not day or night, not by weapons. So Vishnu said, cool, I'll be both. Half man, half lion. Killed him at dusk, neither day nor night, on a threshold, neither inside nor outside, with claws, not weapons. Narasimha didn't bend the rules, he shattered them by existing in the spaces between. And the lion part? That wasn't symbolic. Lions ripe. They don't cut clean, they tear. And Narasimha disemboweled Hiranyakashipu with his bare claws. Blood everywhere. Fury incarnate. Because sometimes divine justice doesn't look like justice. It looks like slaughter. And Narasimha proved gods can be more terrifying than demons. Raw power tears everything apart. But what if the weakest creature became the smartest god? Anansi, the spider trickster. West Africa, Caribbean, Americas. Wherever slavery took Africans, Anansi followed. A spider, small, fragile, 8 legs that can be ripped off. And yet, Anansi owned stories, all of them. He bought them from the sky god Niame by completing impossible tasks. Captured a python, caught a leopard, trapped hornets, seized a fairy. Why spider? Because spiders weave. And stories? Stories are webs. They trap you, connect everything, seem delicate, but hold weight. Enslaved Africans carried Anansi across the ocean because they understood physical strength breaks, but stories? Stories survive. Anansi taught that the weak can defeat the strong, not through force, through cleverness, through weaving narratives that tangle up power until it can't move. And that web still holds today. If you made it all the way here, You already understand what this video was really about. If you enjoyed the journey from chaos to devotion, make sure to subscribe, drop a like, and hit the bell. And tell me in the comments, which god with an animal form surprised you the most?